know. I think it's still streaming. Yeah.
Make sure it's saved. I want to save the video.
So I stopped this.
Sora, カタログを見るがいい。
Hey guys, what's up? Give us a sec. We'll be right back. Where's your charging from?
But I think you should like, be able to detect.
It's too short. Well, this thing is just fucking short in general. Still fucking short. Don't quit. Alright. What's up, guys?
Hey guys.
I didn't know, man. Like, I was playing something like that.
Didn't know you saw me doing it.
So, did you announce it?
I know.
Sora, カタログを見るがいい。
Yep, so, hey guys, what's up? So, today, we'll be doing the first ever FGO based podcast. And in this podcast, we'll cover the general topics below. And I think it's pretty simple. Yeah, it's good.
So today this will just be a general discussion in general over the game while we play through the first part of this event or something. So
And,
it doesn't seem like there's a lot of challenging things to do, so we decided let's just do a podcast and just have a general discussion. If you guys are interested, just
The
pop
thing
a
is,
question in the
like,
chat.
we'll continue our challenge on the second part of the summer event, and as well as a few announcements we'll make later on as we have our guest confirmed to be showing up with us in the upcoming thing, and it's gonna be really exciting. So we just like to bring up a few pace, and get everyone on the same page as us, and hopefully So like today there's a few stuff we'd like to cover in our first ever FGO podcast, and the first thing we'll probably cover is probably 1 year anniversary, what exactly is the direction FGO is trying to head into, and what exactly happened from the start of FGO till now, because not everyone started from the start,
Yeah.
So not everyone experienced what is known as the downhill. You know what
we went downhill.
So there's a thing known as the downhill, and then we'll also discuss like the trend that's going on within the FGO community itself. So think of us as like a general affairs and like social media kind of thing that we talk about all the drama that's happening in the FGO community and so on and so forth. Like you may not see us comment that much in the FGO community.
We don't comment,
but we lurk around.
We look around. So,
we lurk around.
Yeah, we look around.
So yeah, that's a curious thing. So that's one thing. So we'll be covering the 1 year anniversary, what direction FGO is heading into, what direction we think we are heading into, and first of all, like the whole grew up process of the FGO foreign community. Then afterwards, we'll start to talk about like a little bit more background information on Type Moon themselves.
Yep.
And how Type Moon progress.
How they came to be.
How they came to be throughout the 10 years. Oh, it's not even 10 years anymore, like 15 years, 12 years now. So.
Well, he would know about that.
And a little bit general information of how the game is going to progress and so on and so forth. And I think that about covers majority of what we should talk about today. And at the same time, we'll be playing through the summer event. So for those of you who have not yet tried out the summer event, you can have a look at our thing and see what exactly is happening right now. And yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just going to.
I'm itching to get started on the summer event.
So I don't know. We've been holding back on this
back
event,
on it,
right?
yeah.
Because we didn't know exactly like what's going to happen or what's not going to happen, and we want to save it for a challenge and so on and so forth. But it just wasn't really going in the way we wanted to go to. So
It's more like we were having a look at the challenge at the event so far, and there's not many challenges.
like
aspects
we
of it
thought
right
about
now.
some challenges like
What you could actually do.
that's me. So.
Okay.
So we thought about like all the directions we can go in, and we thought about challenge. Like nothing we could do except for like to see who builds the
Yeah,
prettiest.
it's just like
who builds
grindy
the,
shit.
who builds the prettiest resort. So like, what we reckon is for the first part it's more about general grindiness, and on the second part that's where they will actually bring in the actual challenge.
So we think they will come out with something more challenging than the second part.
Something like that.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully. And again, for those of you who don't know who we are, this is James, and this is Charlie, and we are App Saviors community, and usually it's just the both of us showing up because
We're the camera face.
we're the cameras. We got chosen for the camera face, so we didn't really have a choice to be honest, but.
Just do what you gotta do.
Yeah, just do what we gotta do, because everyone else is camera shy, so it's up to us.
So we're here. Yep.
And so we haven't exactly started on the whole beach event yet, so this is like a great opportunity for us to start off. And for those of you who haven't started yet, you can see the whole part of the whole game, the whole event run,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth.
Well, we've seen little snippets of from what people have played, and obviously the flood of information. Through
The
Facebook
secret
and
guest.
Reddit.
The secret guest. So this is not the 1 year anniversary stream. This is not the 1 year anniversary stream. This is a podcast discussion of what we talk about in the FGO direction today. Like the anniversary stream will be on the 23rd. That much I can confirm. Like the guest is confirmed. I can tell you who she is right now. Like she would. Like if you guys notice on the App Saviors banner at the top. She's one of the cosplayers we have worked extensively with
in the past.
in the past. Her name's Ying, and she's pretty famous for her Jun cosplay.
Yep.
So she'll be joining us on the 23rd on the App Saviors 1 year anniversary session, and she'll be doing giveaways on her photo books, and
That's confirmed.
yeah, she'll be doing giveaways on her current Jun Le Poussière photo books. Yeah, le poussière for the books, and I don't know how to say it in French. Le
Isn't it La Puquelle or something like that? I don't know. I'm
not
sorry.
French.
I've never studied French.
Okay,
I studied
I
a
suck.
little bit of Italian, but that's like from high school, man.
La poussière, signore.
Dude, is it signore Spanish?
It's Italian. Anyways, but putting that aside, yeah. So basically, she'll be joining us on the 23rd. She'll be giving out a few of her cosplay photo books and her posters, which then we'll be doing a giveaway session online. And at the same time, she'll also announce the new project that we're working on with her, which is a complete new FGO photo book again. But this time will be a different servant, of course. And whatever that servant is, it's up to her to tell you in that stream. Because I don't know too. No, I'm just joking.
You know?
I kind of have a gist of the idea.
Okay.
But yeah. So that's that. And moving on. So yeah, on the 23rd, stay tuned. We'll announce that later as well. But you guys came in first, so we'll let you guys know. First priority access.
The people here get to know.
Yeah. So going on in the general direction of do I do this quest first? I guess I do this. There's no battle. What the fuck? Okay. So the whole general direction of how Fate Go itself is slowly progressing on. I would say it's actually pretty. I don't know how to say it. Like the game itself,
With
for
the
me,
direction
right?
that Fate Go is going right now.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it's like killing itself on its own, but sometimes I feel like maybe they could succeed in a bit. Like the Skaha giveaway, right? Like this whole event, right? Like giving people a free Skaha is like literally giving people a wet tissue.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I
okay.
mean, right?
Yeah.
It's technically
Gacha is like one of those very, what is it, sought after servants. Like, I mean, you could see half the fan base killing themselves over the first time Skaha came out.
like the whole fan base just went crazy when Skaha first came out, and then now people just suddenly want to come in, and then they release Skaha for a second round, and people still couldn't get it. So a lot of people like rage quit at that point. And I think the whole if you guys didn't know about the whole Ibaraki like event.
Yes,
The whole
Ibaraki event.
Ibaraki event was a complete chaos, and shit happened and shit break down, like engaging and all that crap, right?
Was the problem with the Ibaraki event, right? The rewards weren't worth what the raid was.
No. Then moving on, right? Like the whole Yori Mitsuri is just like a complete big fuck you slap in the face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
okay.
like a lot of people are like
Well,
get pissed off.
why Yori Mitsui? Well,
Like, in
why
general.
the what is it? What's her name again? Yeah, it's Yori, right?
Yeah,
Whatever
Yori.
it is. But
Then like like it's a complete big fuck you in the face
Well, I thought
when you
that
see
event was okay.
Ibaraki as a gacha servant.
okay.
You know what I mean?
So
It's
they
like-
brought her back as
like-
a gacha servant. Yeah, okay. sure.
Everyone's like waiting to get it for free, and he's like a big fuck you. Like, nah, cunt, you gotta roll for it. Money in the bank. You don't want to roll for it, but you still have to roll for it because you're my bitch.
Instead,
That's what it feels like, if you know what I
well,
mean, right?
Instead, they gave us Rider Kintoki, and to be honest, he is actually really fucking good. He's OP. Like, you probably haven't used him because you don't use budget servants ever, but like, he's like your budget Okita. I'm not even kidding. Like, the NP gain on that guy is insane.
Insane.
Yeah.
Let me grab water. I need to travel like this.
Oh shit, right. I just transferred over
や
my
りす
account,
ぎないよう
so
注意しな
because I gotta do it on iPhone. Fucking show you guys. See here. Because we tried to stream with my Android, but FGO won't work with mirroring for some reason. So whatever. But anyway,
But yeah, anyway, if you guys have any questions, do
Yes.
feel free to ask. On the stream, we'll be answering.
pop them in the chat.
But yeah. So where we're up to, we're talking about the whole direction how FGO is going right now. So I don't know, like I think at this point they realize they're kind of in trouble in a sense, if you know what I mean.
Well, for me, what this feels like they're trying, like they released Scar. It feels like they're trying to draw back the customers that they lost. Obviously, they lost quite a few players, like, their customer base. But since like they're giving out Scar and she's like such a popular servant, like that's what it comes off to.
It feels like it's like their redemption.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to redeem themselves from like giving away a Scar heart, but which I reckon is a good thing. But at the same time, like what I reckon FGO should do at the moment, right, is I reckon they should actually how do I explain it? They should actually like add more new elements in. Like what FGO really is lacking right now, right? Like I've probably mentioned this so many times, you already got sick of it. Like you know how a mobile game itself, like the mobile game, like the genre itself, yeah, it's all about you interacting with your friends. That's why you add friends, you play with them together on your phones without on the get-go. That's why you see games like Monster Strike or games like Million Alpha has a lot of interactivity where friends can actually play together and do challenges together, like on a boss or a certain thing or something like that. Yeah. Everyone has their own role in it, and that's what makes the game fun.
That's where you can get the longevity of the game. I mean, like at this point, you look at the game, right, and it's the main story is almost ending. Like for me, the game is very much, it's like RPG almost. It's like it's kind of like a visual novel. You have the story, and then you have the gameplay. So that's the RPG elements, I suppose. I'd say. Like games like Million Arthur or like other games like that, they do have story elements, but they focus more on the game. And the thing about that is like their gameplay is like it's not limited per se. Like there's something that attracts players to come back and keep playing. Like, and usually that's the multiplayer element. FGO doesn't have this multiplayer element, so I don't see too much like appeal in that itself. Like, I mean, like if it wasn't for the servants, I wouldn't still be playing this game. Like, I enjoy the mechanics; they're okay, but the game gets boring. It's very much a grind fest. That's all you do in this game. You grind, you level up your servants, and you go beat shit. And once your servants are like fully maxed, what do you do then? Level more servants?
Well, like that's how the game has been progressing.
Exactly.
Like, there's not really any challenges, or let's say even if there was a challenge quest, right? After you finish the quest, you can't do it again. Yeah, you can't do it again. Like for example, Solomon.
Yeah, like at the end of every story map, you have Solomon, right? Like I would like to be able to replay those maps, like just as a challenge for myself, just like to have the option to be able to face off challenge maps. That'd be cool. Like maybe even if they had like raid as a offline thing, like just like an everyday thing, you could just do it every day, and that'd be cool, I reckon.
It's just a bit too like I don't know, like I would say this, right? This is not like a bad thing, but the only reason why this game is still alive, it's because the fact that it has FGO in it. Like,
because it's huge fan base.
It has a huge fan base. It's like as if they're abusing their fan base to make this game. That's what it feels like to me.
What about I'll farm offline anyway.
But yeah, like it just feels like a complete doofus to me. Like they're relying on the name so much. Like if you already have such a huge fan base, why not make it into a better game where people could enjoy and at least give you good reviews for it? And like for me, right, it seems like why am I even
upside like tuning into the middle.
you want me to zoom into the page?
Yeah, it's better.
There you go, is that better? But yeah, like I said, the direction they're still going off is wrong. Like, they don't know what their fan base wants. Like, there's this one problem till today, from the start of the day that this game is used till now. They still haven't fixed that problem. And that is, you have to separate the gacha of craft essences with servants.
Yeah, that would be very much nicer.
Like I understand the fact why they didn't do that is because if they do something like that, right, then you know the rate will be completely uneven. Then people will just keep getting good servants. That's what they're worried about. Then you know, fine. You know, I agree with you on that. Then shouldn't you make the like how do I say it? You know, the shouldn't you make like the scale of servants and craft essence be equal numbered?
No, because the problem is, right, the nature with servants is that they're like these awesome things, you know. Like servants are special. Like,
Yeah,
according
I
to
know,
law,
I know
they're
what
special.
I know
So
what you mean.
They,
but the
they
problem
can't
is,
really afford to do that.
but the thing is, like, look, let's say if you have to combine them together, right? Like each gacha pool, right?
Yeah.
Let's say fine, story. It's like it's story. There's nothing to do about it. That's everything in there.
Yeah.
But then let's say if on a special pool, right? Then shouldn't you at least even the number amount of servants and craft essences? Because it's a specific pool. Everyone's doing that because they want the specific servant. Like you can still set the rates to be as it is right now. But at least if the rates are even, then people won't get lucky.
So people have an equal chance of getting servants or CEs.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Because like the thing is like you kept saying the fact that you know oh like you get 10 you do a 10 shot, right, you get a guaranteed 4-star, but like the distribution
This
of
guy is just salty about how many Atlanta CEs he got last night.
that's not really the case. Like think about it.
No, admit it. How many Atlanta CEs did you get last night?
46.
46. Oh my god.
Oh, this is 8.
But,
Oh
yeah, like I understand what you're saying about how like you reckon that that they should like have a fair chance, an equal chance of C's and servants. But you can't really do that with the nature of servants. Like yeah, it doesn't really work that way because servants are just what the heck? Alright.
what?
Because servants are just they're supposed to be a special thing. That's the problem.
Like, I understand what you mean. They're supposed to be a special thing. That doesn't make sense to me. Then 2-star servants aren't special.
They are special. Look, I'm using a 2-star servant right now. What do you think, huh?
The thing is, think about it. You guarantee a 4-star, then at least make it on an even or like you know fair distribution that people won't get mad at you over with.
Like the distribution right now is horrible.
It's
Like they
completely-
should at least make it fairer. I don't
It's-
think they can make it even, but they should at least make it fair.
Yeah, like, at least fair. Like people can at least get a 4-star. Like
Yeah.
think of it this way, right? If I do like 10 times 10 roll and all I get are CEs, because the distribution between 4-star servants and 4-star CEs is like 10 to 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like out of like the 12 roll I get, 2 out of 12 is a chance. Literally like less than 10% is the chance I get a fucking servant. And because that's not it, you have to basically a 0.2 times 0.2 to the infinity power of 10.
Math hurts my brain.
Then how many? It's like 0.00000002.
Hey Chris.
What the fuck happened? Like I got a house for no reason. I wasn't even paying attention.
We're not really paying attention, we're just playing the maps. Like, I'm trying to half pay attention to this, but I'm not very good at multitasking.
Or something like that. But yeah, like we'll talk about that. You know, the distribution is just crap. That's one thing. Like, alright, let's not worry about the distribution at this point, yeah? So, if you think about it, James, a lot of games where, you know, we all have, everyone gets salty. Like, everyone gets annoyed.
Sure.
And then, you know,
Salt is a normal part of any game with gacha, right? Like, any game with gacha, there's gonna be salt. There's gonna be a mountain of salt.
everyone's gonna get salty.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to have something to compensate the saltiness.
Yes, yes, I completely agree with you. Yes.
Yeah. So think of it this way, right?
I was discussing with YJ like a couple of days ago about how we should have an exchange system, you know, so that even when you gacha, at least you can get something to exchange.
So
Like, and I'm not talking about this bullshit SSR
no.
exchange system.
That we'll save it for later. Yeah.
Okay, we can talk about that later. That's okay. That's another matter. But okay, like I'm talking about like maybe for every gacha you get like, you know, like how MA does it. You get like a certain number of medals, and after you get, you know, a certain larger number of medals, you can exchange them for a craft essence maybe. I would be happy with that, you know? Even if it's not a servant, like at least we can exchange for craft essences. Then we can get like maxed case scopes. Hey!
No, okay.
Okay,
So
that might
in
be
my,
a bit
so
of a stretch,
so in my opinion, yeah, like I realized what the major problem is was that if you look at it this way, like if you look at other games, like other games have some way of compensating money. Okay, now we're talking about law here. So in Japan's consumer law,
Okay.
here's one problem. Like you cannot have something that people spend a certain amount of money in, and in return they get nothing, because that's count as swining.
They made that law, yes.
They made that law. They made that
very
law recently that
Wasn't
you
it
are not.
after Grand Blue?
It's after the Grand Blue incident that happened. So in this law, right, what exactly happened? Let me explain. Is that for every consumer that plays a so-called kakin, which is this kind of gacha kind of game, after spending a certain amount of designated money, they are supposed to choose or be able to receive what they want,
Yes.
which applies to the majority of the online games right now that you play. Let's say, for example, KRS Million Alpha. How that happens is every time you finish a 10 times gacha, right, you get the so-called thing known as night medals. And with your night medals, after you collect 150 night medals, you can use the 150 night medals to exchange for a 5-star servant that you actually wanted but you didn't get. So it's a way to compensate yourself. So regardless if you get a UR or not, you can still use that night medal to get another UR. It's a way to compensate the players for actually spending money and saying thank you for supporting the game. And on the other hand, we have Grand Blue Fantasy, whereas after every time you get a roll, you have a thing known as Cerulean Sparks. So yes, after 300 sparks, and if you don't still have, if you still haven't gotten the so-called servant itself, you can spark that 300 cerulean spark to exchange for that certain SSR servant that you didn't get.
Can you stack these sparks to use later?
No. What happens is after you don't use that spark and that gacha ended, the spark becomes a certain currency that you can use to buy materials that can help you in game.
Okay, so it's still some kind of compensation.
It's just some kind of compensation, but that does not end it there. Let's say in the new gacha, if you draw a duplicate of any sort of servant, or like weapons or whatever you call it, you get a thing known as the moon system. And what that does is, for every duplicate you get a moon. And for moons, you can use them to exchange for new weapons, or like potions, or like, you can even exchange for anything. Pretty much you can exchange for anything.
They recently, well, not very recently, it's like about a month ago or something, they introduced that into Million Alpha as well, where if you get duplicates, well, actually not exclusively for duplicates, but you can exchange an amount of URs that you would have for another UR. So it'd be 5 URs that you have for 1 UR or something. Like, that's very expensive price, I guess. If you're looking at, like, you're exchanging 5 for 1, or 10 for 1, but that's like for the more powerful cards. But this is, of course, it's an exchange system, so you're supposed to give up more than what you get in return, I suppose. Otherwise, people would just be doing, 1 for 1 willy-nilly. I suppose 5 for 1 might be a bit expensive. Yeah, it is kind of for a duplicate exchange. But yeah, like they introduced that as well. And I suppose FGO has it now for SSRs. I suppose. Not really. That doesn't count.
What?
I'm talking about the dupe exchange system.
Okay, so we talked about how it works in other games, right? Now here it is, right? To be honest, technically saying they're using the loophole of that law and pretty much saying a big fuck you to the player itself. And we all know how the FGO system works.
Yeah, so why does FGO not have like, because you can't guarantee getting servants in this game.
The thing is, like, you have to get something at the end, right? So
Yeah.
they have something to technically say compensate the players. But what they haven't considered, now here's how we do math again. Right?
Math kills my
Think of it this way, right? You have so-called 5-star servers. So what they say in their system was that you have to put your message. I didn't do anything. I don't know.
Oh, they're just having a challenge.
So basically, what happens is what it does is after you have fully MP5 a certain 5-star servant,
Yeah.
or any 5-star servant you have fully MP5, that for whatever extra of that servant you draw, you get a so-called little, I don't even know what that is, some shitty gear looking crap.
Well, whatever crap it is.
I
don't care about it. It's
call-
fucking shit.
I'll call it a pinwheel. So like, this pinwheel, right? The thing is, I did a calculation. So let's say, for every 4 packs, I get a 5-star servant. And let's say
This is on average for
on
Charles.
average, right? So let's say miraculously, like I get 6 servants in a row, and that's like how many packs? That's like literally 6 packs.
Okay, a pack is basically the maximum payment you can make. for
Basically,
FGO
it's
at one time.
140 quartz.
Yeah, 140.
So I get 6 packs. So 6 packs to get 5 servants, and you get 6 times how many?
6 times what? How many quartz is that?
6 times 140.
So that's 600. What's 4 times 6? 24.
24, 6.
So that's
That-
740. Is it?
800 something. But
Okay.
basically, with that
I'm
amount,
sorry, my math is bad.
that's one probability. And you have to add, let's say you have like 5 or 6 servant pools, and you put that to the power of. Now you put that in so-called infinity number, so you times it by. So basically, let's say for example, 868 times 867 times 860.
Dude, the math it just hurts my head.
Oh, shit. But anyways. Adding in the math together, by the time you get 10 of that shitty gears, you probably have all the 5-star servants in the whole fucking game.
But will you have MP5 of everything? That's the question.
That really depends, but technically speaking, you already have MP5 of everything.
How? There's no way you're gonna get MP5 of everything. But like, they're basically saying you need to get MP6 plus of everything to get your other 5-star servants to MP5. That's so shitty. It's not even an exchange. Like, do they think MP5 is easy? Do they think getting an SSR is easy? No, it takes like how many packs? At least like on an average 5 for this guy here. And I myself only have 5 SSRs at this point. I still like, I mean, I guess that's a fair number compared to most people. Maybe, I don't know. But you know, after 2 guaranteed gachas, I'm like, that's 2 there. And after how long have I been playing? I've been playing since almost the start of this game. So that's a year plus now. And I only have 5.
Come on, I'm no king for that, man.
さっと始めるよ。
承知いたしました。
言いた
But
いです。
yeah, so I don't know. I think FGO is just assuming people are retards and can't do math.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. At least at the moment, the way I see it right now is they're hopefully going in the right direction until the next patch.
What, by releasing a star?
They will at least get some fans back by releasing stuff.
Yeah, like
For sure.
大変
yes,
だ。
of
あな
course,
たに
because
嫌いだです
star high is star high.
あれ言いたいです。
Like, I don't know what to say. It's just the game
Say
feels
so,
like
Mike.
okay. The game feels like it's you know,
もちろん切るね。よろしい。
feels like it's lacking something.
It lacks interact.
Yeah, it lacks
It lacks
interaction.
interactivity. It's like you don't get to play with friends, right? You don't get to do raids. There's no guild system. There's no multiplayer system. There's none of that interactivity. The only activity you get is I will use your servant. But guess what? No, you're shit. Reject. Like you have shit servants. Fuck you.
あなたに刃ですもの。言いたいですか。
I rarely use support service, except for like this time, you know, I wanted to use my or like times when the maps are really hard and I actually really have the service. It's not that. Other times I'll just be using your series, so your farming series. Usually the Bonsi, so just equip the Bonsi and I'll use you probably. But that's not a very interactive way of like friend support, you know. Like I was thinking in my own time, if they had like a raid system, like where you can like play maybe with a party of 4 in a raid
Uh-huh.
and like get shared drops, you know, like for each person you get more drops, you know, like that would be cool for like raid maps. If they had that as an everyday thing that you could always do. I thought, like, I was just thinking it off in my own time. I thought it might be a good idea. Not that they will ever listen to me.
What? Oh shit.
Time to punch some shit.
I need wood and food. Where'd I get them?
激しくいくのね。
Claire. What are you doing?
I'm gonna freeze the phone.
No, not this one.
愛を
This
知
one.
らない星のように
I just like
逃げ場はない。
Is that the whole point?
I just wanted Dude, she's punching shit! How cool is that?
But yeah, like in the direction it's going, it's not that great, I would say.
Well, that's in terms of gameplay. In terms of the story, okay, like I'm actually quite liking Camelot. Like,
Do you even know what? The
yeah,
story
I'm
is?
reading it. There's a translation coming online, so I'm reading that.
I just read the TLDR. Basically, the
I
whole
know
thing,
the TLDR is basically okay. King Arthur. Well,
Basically, Bedivere was being a whiny bitch, didn't want to throw Excalibur
He
into the
didn't
river,
throw
and then he
Excalibur,
caused
right?
this whole shithole to happen, and made everyone mad, and now he has to fucking wipe his ass.
basically, it's a very very shitty TLDR, but that's it basically.
Do you know what drops wood?
No, I don't know.
You're useless.
I'm useless. I started the event the same time you did, when this podcast started.
But it drops stone. And I feel like a retard using this. Oh, this one drops wood. Boudica drops wood.
Oh, Boudica drops wood. Okay. What do I do? Let's do this.
Give me a second. I need to look up the servants list to see which one gives extra drops.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to end up using apples because
Who's
we're doing
Raiko?
this for stream. Raiko is Yori.
Oh.
Raiko's her other name.
So where do I farm wood?
I don't know. You think I would know?
That's helpful.
I don't know.
So I assume I just. What exactly? Do you farm wood in the green? No, oh, there's a forest. You farm wood in the forest. I'm pretty sure.
Farm wood in the forest.
I mean, where else could you farm wood?
There's a campfire there. Okay. No,
The campfire is your base.
Campfire is the base, right?
And then like, so I assume like the greens is where you get stones because you pick up stones on the floor for no fucking reason, and then
Okay.
well, all we need to do is do one quest and find out.
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna do this quest, whatever.
And then
Yeah, okay, it's a forest.
I need Raiko, right? And then I just put this shit. What's the other one? Ah, Kintoki. Fuck my life. Ku Alta, right? Well, Ku Alta's level 1.
Stick him in the back. You're not even gonna use him, probably. Most likely.
This is so embarrassing.
Oh, they can't see this.
I need Santa Alta, right? Alright, more stones, bitch. And then what else is there?
Right.
Kentucky Rider. Yeah, I'll bring Kentucky Rider. That's right, 60 stones, bitches. And where's Kyo Hime?
Kentucky Rider is OP. What the heck, that animation?
This is. What about food? Oh my god, I can farm food easily.
You can farm anything easily. You should have all the servants.
Maybe.
You should have all of them, except for Medea Lily. Who else are you missing out?
Oh, I get 17 bonus wood.
Sure,
For every
whatever.
wood drop.
Just because you needed more wood.
No, I'm gonna change out Marshu and put something else. What's a good wood drop? I'll put Kualta. Yeah, I can put Kualta.
Please don't kill him in one shot.
Alright, it's heavy wood time, guys. Farm food on the beach. Okay, I get it now. Thanks, spies. Team Charlie. But yeah, so with the 1 year anniversary up, I mean at least they update the animations and all that stuff, so I'll give them kudos.
The updations of the animations are really cool. I'm really liking that.
One thing I still reckon they should really try to improve, maybe, spend a bit more money on the servers.
Yes. Yes. Okay. The servers at the start, like, I mean, they're okay in general, but with
so why don't we start by going a whole overview on Typhoon's birth till now?
We're going straight to that.
Because that will cover up the server problem.
Really? Okay. I don't see the correlation right now, but sure.
So for those of you who don't know, like we started like way when the thing started pre-raging, and the game got delayed so many years anyways, and finally came out into this piece of crap.
Wait,
Anyways,
this game was scheduled for release ages ago?
yeah.
How long ago? I didn't know this game.
This game was delayed for like 2 to 3 years.
Shit, I didn't realize it was in planning for that long. Like,
Well, now you know.
like
あらあらまあ
like about a couple of months before the game officially came out, I heard about it from my friends. They're like, oh, you should play Fate Go, and like, you know, it's coming out, pre-reg for it. I was like, all right, I'll register for it. I don't know what's happening, but I'll do it.
Pretty much that's what I did.
あらあらまあうせなさい
And that, there was a problem. And what that problem was that they had everyone registered for Lily Code. And alright, you know, the registration was fine. And one did not know the registration was done by handmade process instead of an automated process. So that was chaotic when the game came out.
承知いたしました
And then on the other side, when, what's up?
I was saying I can't look at them because they're fucking stories, so I can't look at their stats.
Oh.
Yeah, go on.
So like when the game first came out, it was pretty funny. Like everyone was getting all hyped up about it, and it wasn't on iOS.
戦とは
Cause
やは
like
り
you have to wait for the
荒々しい
thing
も
to
の
get.
なのです
So like in order to upload your app to Android and iOS, right? Android you can just upload it straight away as long as you're like a contracted, authorized, developer.
Yeah.
Whereas for iOS, they need to check that shit and make sure you're not doing any sketchy shit
Yeah.
before they let you put it on the market.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
It's fucking Apple. They're so stingy.
No, it's not stingy. They just want to make
They're
sure.
very strict.
Yeah, you're not doing any funny shit, you know?
You can't do funny shit with iPhones in general. You just can't do funny shit with it. That's- But yeah, okay, so because of that, I'm guessing they had to go over their app like a million times.
Well, like let's not even go to the iOS part yet. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's first start off at at the part where there's still the game first came out. All right, now that's when hell first broke off for FGO. When the game first came out, everyone was trying to redeem the Lily code, and back then you don't redeem on the website, you redeem on the phone.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
What that
that's
does
right.
is when you try to redeem on the phone, it gives you unlimited error because somehow their fucking website connects to the fucking phone instead, so it opens up a web page on the phone,
Yeah.
and you enter in your fucking
Yep,
thing.
yep. It's like their what is it? Their in-game notification is where it gives you an update.
Yeah, so they did that, and it was a complete chaotic thing. Like people could not redeem Lily code. Some people's codes went missing, and then when people pre-read for Lily codes, all they get is a blank email because everything's done by hand. So there's a lot of mistakes happening. Some people's codes aren't even working. Someone's code's like missing one digit. All that chit chat. And then afterwards, like people can't even get onto the server itself. It's like over flooding. It's crap. Like people try to do gacha.
Okay.
And
Like, I came in
あらあらまあ
like just before the legendary free gaming. So I don't really know about this. I didn't know how bad it was.
so like it was horrible. And then like everyone was on the forums going, oh, I'm trying to do the gacha. I didn't get fucking jack shit. Back then, for 5-star servants, there were so little in the pool. It's either John or Saber or Vlad.
It's the initial pool, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
John,
right?
Saber, Vlad.
What else?
We're talking 5 stars.
Waiver.
Wait, no. The original.
いいだ
OGs.
It
There wasn't an
wasn't an
arc.
archer.
Gil,
There wasn't a lancer.
no Lancer.
That's it. That's the 4 servants.
Riders? No riders?
No riders.
No riders.
There wasn't an assassin or caster either. There's only like waiver.
Waiver.
Okay, so it was like
What about Zerpa? No, or Vlad.
yeah, it's black. So back then, like these are the 4 choices you can get, and no one could actually draw Jack. Like literally drawing a saber and John was almost impossible to draw. Like you don't have no idea. Like there was this one guy that spent like fucking I think $2,000
楽しみです。
and he didn't get one single 5-star server. That was how bad it
How
was.
much did you say?
$2,000.
2,000 USD.
It was all over like game boards and everything like that. And then people were just mad because like,
Of course.
they didn't get crap. And then
This was before they guaranteed that you could get a 4-star.
you know why the
game.
server went down?
Why?
Like it wasn't even because of crash. It's because people were raging so much, right? They actually start filing to Google for refund.
Yeah, that's right. Like
いい
Google
ね。
refund is still
あなた
going
の
on.
刃です。
Even till now, people can still get Google refunds. I mean, like, I'm not gonna show you that. Anyways,
I thought you couldn't do that.
for some people, they
So,
can't.
so it's okay.
But what happened was,
あなたの刃です
like, for the whole refund, like chaotic thing that happened, right? During that time, like, people were trying to refund because they didn't get the server they want, and then, you know, they're getting, like, bombed by Google at the same time. Like, because Google's like, what the fuck is happening, you know?
Yeah.
We got everyone's refunding, you know? And at the same time, iOS is saying, nah, I'm not fucking approve this shit until you fix it, you know? It's like, fuck
Yeah,
shit.
that's why iPhone didn't come out until ages ago.
Yeah, so
yeah.
at this point, like, there's
Marcus,
nothing
don't
they
you
can do. So what they did is they completely shut down the game
Yeah.
for like weeks or like
No,
4 days.
it was 3 solid days.
ハードワークだ。
For 3 full days, the game was just off, and like
They just
it was the
went like-
legendary maintenance.
They just went like, you know what, fuck it, I'm turning the game off. Like just switch, just like turn the key up and I'm closing it for the day. You fuckers are, you know.
They probably took some of that time off just to cool off.
Cool off. I don't know about that. Okay, how many wood do I need again? Okay, I got enough wood. Now I need food. I get on the beach according to Kevin.
But yeah, they had to.
What's up?
So they had to work on the game during those 3 days and get it up and running. When did they introduce the guaranteed 4-star? At least.
What do you mean by guaranteed 4-star?
Because I remember back then, like the gacha was just a 10-roll gacha. You weren't even like there wasn't even any guarantee in there.
There was a guaranteed 4-star.
Was it back then?
Yes, there's already a guaranteed 4-star, but then you just get CE.
You still just get CE these days. How often are you gonna get a fucking servant? Like I expected at least, you know, once every 3 rolls maybe. I did 4 rolls this time. So 4 times 10. That is, like for this event. I still haven't got the servant. I'm a bit salty. Well, that being said, I'm going to be sinking in, for Ruler and Martha. Yeah, that actually reminds me, I'm pretty surprised they're making a 4-star ruler. But okay, I guess it makes sense since they have Ango Manyu, but he's special. Like,
Does this one drop food?
it's the Boudica CD, isn't it?
No, this one drops metal. What drops food?
Boudica,
Really?
wasn't it? I
Boudica
could have sworn you said Boudica
wood.
just a minute ago.
Wood.
Okay.
What about food?
I don't know. Missions are available here. Okay. I might as well just do them all one time, just for the apples. Even though they're like bronze and silver apples, I might as well do it.
But yeah, like it was chaotic, and you know people don't get stuff and refunds. That's when the legendary 3-day maintenance went off, and you know they switched the keys on. Okay, so after that we get compensated.
We got a full 40 gems or some shit.
Nah,
for
we
that.
got not just 40 gems. It was like 300 something quartz.
No way!
Yeah.
I didn't get that much.
It was like 300 something.
I got like I remember I only just got like barely enough for a full roll.
Oh, they count by the number of days you log in.
Oh, the number of days you logged in before.
Yeah.
That
And then it counts by which day you start.
yeah. That,
And then
that
they have a few requirements, and then after that they will give you like the designated amount of gems. That's why there were so many reroll accounts during that time.
Were you playing since the start of the game? Did you gacha then?
This account isn't the.
No, this isn't the same account.
This
But
is
did
the
you
same
gacha then?
account. Yes.
How much did you
I
lose?
got you $600, right? And I got one Vlad and one waiver.
One Vlad and one waiver.
Actually, no. I got Vlad, waiver, and Saber.
Actually, that's not too bad.
It's
It's pretty good.
Pretty lucky.
It's pretty good. It's
like,
pretty good.
The reason why I stopped using that account, right, was because I rage quit because I couldn't get Gilgamesh. And then, like, you know, I used a reroll account and I got Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
That was difference in. So you need Camilla C.
Camilla C is the event C.
It's gay.
So you'll have to exchange for it. I don't know which one I'm farming for, so I'll just chuck everything in. Whatever.
Guess I'll just.
Yeah. Wrong one. Whatever.
Yeah, and then, you know, people start getting quartz and the games finally, you know, became playable. But here's the problem. Like, back then there was a quest, like, every week. You
Yeah,
know,
the
where
weekly
you could
中
farm.
し
Technically farm. How do I say it? Technically farm is increase your mass level.
They took that quest out
They took that quest
after a
out
couple months.
because they reckon, you know, people are leveling up too fast. And then the problem is if people couldn't level afterwards,
Yeah, people couldn't level afterwards.
and then that
Makata.
caused another shit
あら
storm.
あらな
It's basically like people who have played these places for a very long time now. Like they're okay. They don't need that map. But for people who just started, you know, you're going to need that map. But they don't have it anymore.
And that's when I got fucking
え
Because he restarted his account. and
And then they took out the master.
yeah, they took out the master HP, but kind of sucks for anyone who's starting over. But
承知いたしました
And like back then, like
痛
not
いですか
like the reason why we were able to survive was because they gave so many
お役に
people.
立てましたか
Like it was so hard to get money as well.
それは何よりです
back then,
Yeah.
yeah, they gave us a lot.
Everything was hard to get because, you know, you don't have the materials. Like farming for the materials is literally insane, you know. You have to use your quartz. There was no apples back in the days.
No, there was no apples. Like, wait, it was until the Halloween event.
Until the Elizabeth Halloween event.
The Halloween event, they first introduced the apple. Yeah. And even now, I'm still running out of apples.
But yeah, the first, I guess the game was pretty literally free to play versus pay to play. Well, I have to agree with you on that. Like back then, the only way to get ahead is to use your quartz. Like there was no going around it.
The thing is, well, free to play versus pay to play, like that's fine. Every game is like that. But the thing with that is that pay to play should be premium, and free to play should be playable.
But the thing is, even pay to play doesn't get you the premium.
Yeah, exactly. It's not premium. How pay to play do you I freaking asking for? Jesus Christ. MP6? MP16?
You can't even get MP5 even if you pay to play. That's the main
獲
problem.
物は逃さん
How bad pay to play do you want? That's like the top
Eh?
1% of players.
痛いです
A person has to be really lucky just to get one server in MP5, not to mention the 5 stars.
Yeah. I don't know. You got pretty damn lucky. You get MP5 star hard before video.
分かったよし
But that was that. And then I don't know, man. Like it was pretty boring back in the day, so I kind of stopped.
Yeah, okay. No, the game gets boring really fast. It's like I said, there's no longevity to it. All of it's just grinding.
あな
It's
たの
just
刃です
And besides events, there's not much that keeps a player
From wanting to come back to the game.
wanting to come back to the game.
So like I don't know, like until the first event, there wasn't really much to do. But even when like the first event came out, right, it was pretty damn bad.
承知いたしました
You
あ
know which one
な
I'm talking about.
痛いです
Right?
No, the first event was Nero.
Nero was a very good one, right?
You have to collect medals.
Yep, I remember that. And I got one copy of the CD because it was so hard to play. Literally, you'd have to sink gems to get.
There was no apples, and then you have to collect 3 different types of medals just to get one of that CD. It was literally horseshit, and it was during that time when Nero
戦
receives
と
a
は
rate
や
up.
はり荒々しいものなのです
How much did it take for you to get Nero?
It took me like 4 packs.
4 packs? For a 4-star.
I mean,
I remember the rates was
Eddie spent it on like 2 packs. But then when Orion came out straight afterwards. Like it was stupid. It was like what happened was when the event was over, right? Like Orion came out, and then at the same time, because everyone was devastated because that's when Nero and Saber rate up as well. There was Nero, Saber rate up, then afterwards they switched to Orion.
Wait, so were they at the same time? No, they weren't at the same time. Were
It was like 2 days after.
they? Yeah, it was like straight after. Straight after Nero came. Alright.
Yep. It was like 2 days straight after the event, and
Game crash.
how did you crash your game?
I don't know. Game crash. I think it's just this bird gets really hot fast. That's another thing with FGO, it's demanding really high specs.
Am I glad at my phone?
My phone is usually fine. Sometimes it crashes randomly, like very rarely.
But then when Orion came out, oh my god, it was horrible. Like I luck sacked at that one. I luck sacked it. Like I got it in one shot,
One shot. Oh.
and then like Tom got it in one shot as well. And then Tom got it in one shot as
獲
well,
物は
right?
逃さん
And then like Eddie started throwing in packs and shit and couldn't get it. It was like horrible, man. Like by the time he got it, I don't know. Like spent like 6 packs.
6 packs to get around.
Yeah, it was
承
like
知いたしまし
it was like devastating.
と
I think my phone crashed because I used Analyze. That makes sense. Yeah, because I used her MP. I want to use her MP to make this fast. Oh.
But yeah, it was just horrible. And then moving on, what else was there?
After Orion.
The Orion event was crap because I ran out of quartz and I couldn't push the event, so I couldn't even get the CE.
Oh, okay.
And then for Orion, you have to get the dangle to use it as
Yeah,
a
you-
currency to buy more dangles, the other dangle, the other thing, in order to exchange for that crap.
I remember that. It's still not as bad as the what was it? The Sunzo event.
Sunzo event. What about the Sunzo event?
Sunzo event. Oh my god, I was
あ
annoyed.
承知いたしました
Remember when they came out with the second part of the event? You literally had to get a whole new batch of CDs, and you had to get a whole new currency, just for the new CEs and the new exchangeable items in the shop.
あなたの刃です痛いですか
I don't know, like at that time, at that point, I just literally don't want to touch the game anymore. I'm like, fuck this game, you know? Like the Elizabeth was the one that I actually spent a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
because like, you know, you can use the second. You can use your higher currency to exchange for the lower currency.
Yeah. Like,
They took that option out afterwards.
because it made it too easy.
Oh fuck off!
承知
I liked it too, but it made it too easy. I'll give them that. Sure, it made it too easy. Like I actually quite enjoyed the Halloween event.
Fuck, these crabs are tanky as fuck.
That's right.
I can't just bash it out.
存分にあがくがいいくだらすいくだらん
But yeah, I don't know, man. For me, it's just more FGO has it.
Basically,
Maybe like the only fun thing.
look at, it has more to it if you read it. So I appreciate the translators out there. You know who you are, Jackie Movie.
I don't know who the translator is.
But yeah, like
Yes,
if you can
that
read
was-
the story, it's cool. Like particularly like right now.
せい
That's
くらえ
like probably the stories in the past they probably weren't as good because you know,
遅すぎる
so good writing.
それではついてこれま
Because
い
like it's actually getting a bit more serious.
What serious?
Like a bit more like
Define serious.
serious as in like you know end of world shit is happening.
And why, here's the thing. Why do you assume that the main story's gonna end soon?
The main story is going to end soon.
Why?
Yeah, because so part of the story is right. You have to collect what is it? So you have to do what is it? What is it called again? I can't remember. Like the 8 orders or something, 7 orders or something. Like you gotta complete all of them to like what is it to rewrite history or some shit like that too. Basically, I don't know. I'm not very accurate here. I'm
ど
sorry.
うぞ
But
程よく冷えた麦茶です
like
報酬獲得です
save the
大
world
切に
and
しましょう
stuff
ね
like that.
先輩
So you have to do that, and right now we're at the 7th one now. Like the next one's going to be the last one. So
Here's one thing.
here's
Here's a good info for you guys. Do you know what Natsu's nickname is?
Nasu's already told us that he's going to continue the story after this. So there is going to be more after this.
She's known as the everlasting guy that could not finish writing a story. That's the reason why Mahotsukai no Yoru took so long to come out, because she keeps writing more blabbering crap in it. And then,
Yeah, okay.
And then Takeichi's like, no! Yeah, you're not writing anymore!
Well, like I don't mind. It's like I like more story, but like and this game can only continue with
Here's the
more
thing.
story. Just,
I'll hint at this much. The manuscript for Mahotsukai no Yoru that Natsuki no Ko wrote when she first brought it in was this much.
how do you know this?
Anyways,
Okay.
moving on. They tell her to cut down instead of going down this event like this. In the end, they cut it into this.
Oh, so much content that's lost. Well, I guess they can make it into a
I'll
separate
tell you this
game
one
if
thing.
they wanted to.
Mahotsukai no Yoru is a trilogy.
Yeah, there's more to it, right? Yeah.
It's a trilogy. Oh my god, I got apples!
Gonna use the apple straight away.
Gotta use apples.
It looks like I won't be able to use Atalanta's NP on this stupid damn phone because it will crash.
I'm gonna switch to some proper CEs since I don't have that thing anyways.
What thing? Oh, the Camilla CE.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get it soon. Later. I'll look up how to actually grind this shit later on. Oh, right. I should put Atalanta in. Doesn't matter. But yeah, so there is like, I think he has confirmed that there is going to be more story.
Look, if the main story of this game ends, right?
Or we,
Then that means this game is done.
yeah, exactly.
So-
This game has nothing to go for it.
They
if
have
it
to
doesn't
keep
have story.
writing on.
Yeah, they have to keep going.
Like the Chaldea issue may be solved, But what about Marioga?
Yeah, yeah.
She's not dead.
She's not dead. She's missing.
She's in.
徳うせよ
Marioga. What makes you say that?
Look, there's one scene that she shows up.
Which scene?
You have to look it up.
In Tsukihime.
In Tsukihime, she shows up in one scene as a little girl.
What the fuck? No way!
I'll tell you this one thing. Like,
あなたの刃ですもの
you think she's dead, but in reality, she's thrown into another dimension. So she's in another parallel universe.
Okay.
So I'll give you that much that she's not
あらあらま
くだらん
あなた
Well,
の
like,
リ
I
タイ
didn't
です
think she was dead. No way she's like going
dead. Oh, who knows, man? If they can put like dick bugs into worm slug.
Yeah, like, sure, they can kill someone and just bring them back. like putting dick bugs into someone, okay, is not killing them. They're not gone forever. And besides, killing them isn't even the end of things. They bring them back as a servant. That'd be cool. They should do that.
So moving on. So we talked about the history of FGO till now.
失せなさい
That's the history of FGO.
FGO failed and failing hard, still failing hard
Still failing.
till now, where still kind of failing. They need Scarheart to save their asses. That much I give them. They finally made a smart decision.
あらあらね
Actually giving a free star high out.
せい
Okay, let's see if this MP will crash the phone too. It shouldn't. This one's not as high intensity as
This one's pretty damn high intensity.
Nah, Adolance is even higher.
What do you mean? It summons a million pistols.
Do you know how bad the Atalanta one is? When it shoots 1,000,000 stars? Do you know how many stars that thing generates? I could get like 100 stars with Atalanta.
ごめんリーダ
その
ー
鍵を開けてやろう
鬼になります
See, it didn't crash my game.
来たれ我が中心我が四天王のこれ
Freaks out all over.
裁きの時だ世界を裂くは我が大陸
We move on to the next topic. That is. So we covered summer and then we covered.
二大神に立てます追い
Well,
ます
we haven't covered
So we talked about summer.
お役に立てましたか
This
それは
event
何
right now,
です
I don't know, man. I feel it really lacks the sincerity of presenting the event to you. It's more like, here, I'll give you something to do, give you a Scarheart, now shut the fuck up and play the game.
Yeah. An event's an event. I'm not going to, I'm not going to complain about the fact that there is an event. At least there's something to do. Like, literally before the event, all I was doing
What
was
about the
just going-
gacha rate for this event?
The gacha rate is horrible. That's like the same with every time. The gacha rate's always been horrible. I'm still sour that they don't have like an exchange or some shit, to compensate. It's just bad, and more bad. But gacha rates are a separate issue. The event, like having an event, is cool. I'm cool with having an event, and yeah, particularly the summer event, which was announced ages ago. It was probably delayed.
I think I can do this one. I should try it at least. Level 80. That means I need to actually. I don't have proper servant gold. These guys.
Derp, whatever.
This.
But like, well, okay, the summer event is. I don't know. It's just some relaxing thing, I guess. It's not very
Relaxing?
serious.
More like fucking sucking your wallet deep dry.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay. Like, it's not like I mean the event's not very serious. That's what I meant to say.
Define serious.
There's nothing contributing to, lore or anything of that nature, It's a very playful event. It's supposed to just be, just do whatever.
Playful.
Like you're stuck on an island. Go build a village, some shit like that. And we're just here like, oh, all right, then you want to do that, then sure, no problem.
I feel it would better if I give it Nobu.
Say something.
Say something. But yeah, I mean, like, still, like, I'm not pretty happy with this event. It feels half-assed to me.
What, like, what part of it's half-assed?
Like,
the fact that it's just...
The fact that they haven't changed anything for event other than adding that stupid part that,
標的を確認した。
hey everyone, you can hit the whole thing together and then everyone will contribute in trying to kill that fucking servant.
I mean, that's a fairly big step for FGO. Like, I mean, given that it's already in all the other games, and they should have done that ages ago.
It's already in all the other games, and it's worked in a guild or collaborative effort with friends, where you interact with your group of friends. But no! I'm too lazy to give you a friend or guild system. Guess what? Just do it with everyone!
But yeah, that's what's like.
And then, oh, you kill it. Cool. Here, have 8 quartz. You want Ibaraki?
No.
Suck my dick.
Like, that's exactly what everyone felt back then. People were.
I literally explained it. Like, that's it. Suck my dick.
Basically.
And this event is like, you know what? Screw you. I'm lazy. But guess what? I give you a thing. You gotta play it anyways. Cause I have Scarpa. That's gonna waste some of your time. And guess what? More swimsuit. Pay me now. I'm poor.
Alright, if you want to put it that way, sure. Like, the swimsuit event is... like, it does, like, the effort that's put into it is their new system of building houses. That's it.
What, that they ripped from SimCity? It's worse than SimCity. It's teaching us to destroy our environment by building a fucking sports stadium in the middle of nowhere.
It's teaching you how to build a livable village. Maybe.
Define livable.
あなたに刃ですの。痛いですか？
But it's not, like, it's okay. Like, the event's not very serious.
あ、わかった。
Not define serious.
It's not very serious. It's
So
very
does that mean that I cannot be serious in all the other events?
What?
And I can just give you events like this one? You get what I mean now, right?
Not really.
あなたに
Well,
刃
whatever.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, like, the feeling of this event is just not very serious. It just doesn't feel like it's very serious. That's it. Just feels like whatever.
That's because they probably thought about it in the last minute. Oh, we have to give them the swimsuit gacha, right? But you know, that's not gonna keep their mouth shut. We need to waste their time and they don't complain. Well, look, put Scarha that they have to fucking farm for. And then, you know, give them a bunch of crap that they have to do. What's good for wasting their time? Collecting materials to build houses. Guess what? You don't build one village, you reset your village and build it a few more times.
Let's be honest, that's all games, man. All games are like, you know, we need to give them something to waste their time. Basically, they give you a boss, chuck it in there, and you fight against it. The only problem is, right, this is grindy. It doesn't feel like a game.
Because it's not a game.
Burn!
Oh, shit! I got the wrong. No. I'm wearing the wrong Mystic coat.
Wrong Mystic
I'm
code.
wearing a fucking shitty swimsuit.
Got the swimsuit on. That's suck it.
Wow, this is shit.
Come on, Nobu. Kill the shits for me since I can't use Atlanta's MP for shit.
Oh shit, man, good. Whoop. Looks like I gotta do it this
いいだろう
way.
ご命令狩りのご命令だろ
宝物庫の鍵を開けてやろう。
鬼になります
I use
したい
Atlanta's
我が
MP. My phone
我が
crashes.
You wanna
四
look at my
天
phone
王
and
の
I
それ
can
It doesn't crash. I don't think
ご王将来天網開会
I think I killed them all. This thing has shit ton of health.
二大神に立てますサイバーカタストロフ
裁きの時だ。世界を裂くは我が怪力。
Recovered something.
Oh, how about the servants from the summoner?
You want my honest opinion or you want like bias opinion?
Well, what do you mean by honest and biased? Like, they're both the same thing. Honest and biased is basically your opinion, unless you mean biased from all of someone else's bias.
Well, the thing is, I reckon the servants are okay in my biased opinion. In my
思い上
honest
がった
opinion,
な。
I will reckon they're half-assed.
Half-assed.
慢心せずして何が
They
王
look
か。
pretty cool. They look like they've put in a fair amount of effort in the service, especially given how many they gave out. Like how many have come out. I mean, like if you're comparing it to like servants like Yori or Shuten, like the later servants, they're only released only a couple of times. This time they released 4 limited SRs.
Well, I don't know. Like for me, like I reckon they could have spent a little bit more because they had so much time for this
For
thing
Sumsu.
that they delayed for so long.
the summer,
Like
yeah.
summer's already passed.
Mm.
Summer's in July in Japan. It's
Well,
autumn now.
July is it autumn?
It's kind of starting autumn.
Almost.
Yeah. So
It's like near the end of summer.
they already delayed it for a really long time. So I thought, you know, they might have made it like really epic or something like that. But not really. Yes! I can finish building my fucking gold mine, whatever you
I need to actually use an archer maybe. Or I'll just fuck it. I'll just turn off mirror casting when I use Adelanta's MP. Because this map I need to use her MP or else I'm going to die.
Really?
Well, it's a 40 stamina map, so I assume it's going to be that hard. At
Not
least.
really, I passed it.
They're using OP servers.
I got this, I don't even know what it is.
マスター
I'm just using all my whatever. Well, I like the new servers.
I'm okay with it, I guess. Like, I'm not that really fussed, but then in my honest opinion, I reckon given the amount of time they were given, you know, they could have done a better job.
Give me amount of time. Yeah, I suppose they
Like,
could have done it.
they already said they already had the thing going for a long time. Like a few months ago.
They announced the summer event a few months ago. Like at the point where you're announcing it, you should have it almost ready, complete.
And remember this, James. Think of all those money they have gotten.
Yeah, they have a shit ton of money. Given that a fair portion of this probably goes to the servers,
Servers. Come on, they didn't change
fucking
servers.
potato servers.
The so-called change servers, right? We're gonna change servers, so don't log in now. Switches key off. We changed servers, guys.
So little faith.
I'm telling you, it's a bunch of bullshit. Alright, we're done with that. What's next? Holy shit, 180 water? And 40, I don't even know what it is. Is that stone? Yeah, it's stone. Where do I farm stone, guys?
Don't know where you farm stone.
Oh, never mind. I found stone in a cave, right? Or if I'm in the thing. I'll check in a sec. But yeah. Moving on. What's next?
Moving on already. Okay, that's fast. We haven't discussed the servants in detail.
Oh, what do you want to talk about? The servants in theater. We know Martha's awesome. She punches a lot. There, James. Happy now?
I mean in detail. Like talk their stats and shit.
Okay. Like she has a 36D rack. And
How do you know the number? I think it was D though. I can't remember. I saw a ranking of all the servants' bust sizes.
yeah, you must be really bored, man.
It was on the fucking FGO Reddit. I just clicked it. I'm like, all right, that's cool. But yes, I was kind of bored. So. Like talking about like like their NPs and their decks and stuff like that.
Then the fuck, Jack doesn't talk.
I mean, if you want to move on, we can move on. Besides the fact that you moved on before we have any other topics. Yeah.
Okay, fine. We discuss a bit more. Like, what do you think about the servants' stats or the first servants themselves in general? Are they even worth it for this event?
I haven't looked at the MP gains really of each servant yet. So I don't really know how well the MP gains are so far. Looking at just skills and decks though, what can I say? Let's see. Okay, what do we have? First of all, we have Tama Lancer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tama Lancer with double quick, double buster. Unless her MP gain is busted, she's going to have a hard time gaining MP.
Fuck them assassin squad.
So, okay. What's it? Her first skill is Charisma, with a crit gen up for male servants. So it doesn't include herself. Shitty, but yes. Okay, her second skill is a charm. What's her third skill? I can't remember her third skill. Let's check that out. Ugh. But yeah, so far I'm not quite sure what to say with Tama Lancer. She might end up really bad if her MP gain is as bad as Skaha's is. Then that will be really bad because she actually has no way to increase her crit damage. Which is how I use Skaha to increase her MP. As for Kyo Lancer has she has a buster up ability, she has a crit rate down ability, and a defense down ability. Are you gonna join me with the discussion at all?
Look, let me finish this part first, okay?
Just, sit there with your phone, yeah, while I'm looking for information here. Because
what do you want to know exactly?
I wanted to look at the servant stats and shit, like just the card decks and the skills, because I don't remember them all off the top of
So
my
from
head.
what I remember, right? Apparently Martha has the most decent stats out of the whole group. But then
Martha, yeah.
people said
She's a ruler.
people said like the servant growth for Martha goes in the might be in the curve.
Yeah, it
So
might be.
She actually might drop when she goes up.
It depends. Like, she's looking to have Zerka-like stats now from what I was looking at. I could be wrong. I was just doing a very small comparison. Ugh, here we go.
But on the new servants, I heard what happened is like probably the best servant to get at the moment is actually Anna Mary.
Yeah, because the thing about Anna Mary, right, is that besides the new Archer, which is coming out in part 2, she is one of the few gold single target archers. We don't have any gold single target archers right now.
Actually, no. Like the reason why people suggested her is because she's literally an alternative version of her rider.
Yeah,
And
she's an alternate version of her rider.
Like the
form with-
MP is actually one of the best you can get out of the whole thing.
切るねうんやつ
水郷よな
Like the MP is exactly the same as the one that the rider one has.
It's similar. I think
It's the same.
Slightly different. It's
It
slightly
still
different.
relies on how much damage you take.
It
but-
still relies on your HP. Like the less HP you have, the more damage it does.
Mhm.
But it does some additional thing. I can't remember exactly what it does. It reduces defense. There you go.
And that's good. Ban off.
くだらん
Pretty good. And she's got a deck of double arts, double buster again.
Like she's
Also,
probably one of
the
best
original
choices.
one had double quick.
So if you can, try to get her an MP5. I believe you guys can do it.
Like
水
every
郷よな
No. Other than that, I don't know. Mordred Rider seemed kind of eh.
Mordred Rider skills were
生きるね
The skill set was like
慢心せずして
you
何
can't
が
compare
王か
Tamamo with the rest because she's a 5-star.
Oh, I'm not comparing Tomo with the rest. I was comparing Tomo with Scarha.
But if you compare Tamamo with Skaha, it's a bit hard because Tamamo's skill set is more like a gag set.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like
Like,
it's her.
She has a charm and a charisma that has an additional effect with guys. I can't remember the last ability.
Like to me, she just seems like a complete gag character. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't feel like a legit, you know, servant in a sense. It's more like if you get her, you know, it's funny because you know she does her funny shit. Like she does a lot of parody moves.
What are you referring to? The parody moves.
So you know her kick, right?
Yeah.
It's a Kamen Rider kick.
Okay.
So if you watch Kamen Rider, that's always the finishing move that flies down and kick.
Ah, okay,
I
okay.
think that's a mimic of O's, or I don't know. It's one of the specific riders, but I haven't watched the show for a long time, so. Why does no one have the CE? That's not fair. Come on, give me the talent to CE. No one has it. What the fuck?
You have like limit break more anyway. It didn't need that like, much.
Fine, fine, be that way. But yeah, and other than that, I don't know, man. Like, the Mordred seems kind of eh. Kiyohime is like people must have her because she's like waifu material.
Kyo's waifu. That's
Like,
Oh.
you want my honest opinion? I reckon her berserker form's better.
her berserker
鮮や
form
かに
is.
勝ちに行くぞ
Well, her
トー
Lancer form has no survivability. Give her that.
Her berserker. Well, look, her berserker form has survivability if you fucking fully grail or something.
It's with all the other servants. You can't really make that argument. If you fully grail any other servant, they'll get more survivability.
It should be more OP than Kurov.
Should be less. She's not as OP as Kurota. Not even at level 100.
さすがだな
Like Kurota at 19 versus Kyo at 100. I think Kurota's
Maybe.
Although yes, she probably would be able to live a bit more. She actually has the highest HP out of the 3-star berserkers, but the lowest attack.
Let's see. I think that concludes majority of the servants, really.
That's like the part 1 servers.
Part 2, I'll say,
Part 2.
they have one 5-star server. They haven't announced yet.
水郷よな
That's all too.
You sure? Because the support, she's a 4-star.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Unless I saw it wrong. I thought the support was a 4-star.
So that's video.
Okay, then it's Alteria.
思い上がったな
So, there you go, Alteria, Archer, and Martha Aurora. That's the 2 you should watch out for. Marie seems...
She's cast though. She seems okay.
うんとうんやつ
Can't remember her skills.
I wouldn't say much about the rest of the
今日の見せ場だな
I reckon like your original pass is actually better than that, but then if you want them for
Yeah, yeah,
collection's
yeah.
sake, and you must have them like a
Kono
around, then,
tori da.
go ahead and take them.
What about the new 3D server, Scar?
The new Skaha.
Yeah. Like, okay, she has a triple quick deck with quick MP, AOE, low chance to insta kill. Her skills are okay. First skill is taunt and crit damage or crit rate up. I think it was damage.
You know what's sad?
What?
Regardless of what you say, you'll still get it in the end, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's a review here. It's a discussion
Yeah,
of
I
what
know.
the servant's like.
I know, I'm just
It's-
joking.
It's not about getting the servant or not. This is about what the like how good this is the servant. So you can shut the fuck up.
So you can...
Me, salty? Why you gotta shit talk me? Huh? Huh? Just because I want to talk about the servants, huh? And you're not even helping. Look what you're doing. You're fucking playing FGO. Well, I want to play FGO too. This faggot.
If you ask me honestly about Skaha, for Assassin 4-star, I reckon she's better than majority of them.
The thing is,
She can put on the same level as Shiki in my opinion. Like because like there isn't much like 4-star assassins to begin with, and Camilla is just. I'm not saying Camilla's bad, but you know she's just
she's decent.
compared
She
to
has her own role. She has a role as a star generator now, since she has a 3rd skill which passively generates stars.
Mhm.
You can get 10 stars a turn, so that's good at max level.
Well, I guess there's a pro point about this event now. Not everyone can proudly say I have a Skaha.
Yes, everyone can say that.
And then the next question will always be 4-star or 5-star.
雑種ごとき吠えるではないか
Well, the thing is, like,
切るね
Skaha fills in the role of an AoE assassin that we don't have. Not most people don't have. You either have Shuten or you don't have an AoE assassin that's gold AoE assassin. I mean, you can use Fuma Kotaro,
くだら水郷
use
よ
3
な
stars, and he's really good too. Like, there's no problem using him. In terms of gold, yeah. Skaha is
Now you talk about it, do you remember how hard the difficulties it was for New Orleans back in the days?
New Orleans. I don't really recall. It wasn't that hard for me. Well, actually, this is the
It was insanely
this is
hard.
the map right after Fuyuki, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't that hard for me.
Dude. it was not hard because you get to use like I remember everyone was relying on the support Jun to carry them.
Me too,
to
me
the end.
too. So was I. Like, at that point in time, who I had in my lineup, I had Mashu, I had Martha, I had Tomacat, and I was using a jump. So what I would do is I would use Martha in the front with the Tomacat in the front, and I would use a Jun support. You know, well, like how this works really well is that because both Jun and Tomacat, their NP stun themselves, so I'll just use Martha to heal the stun.
I feel the fact that they shouldn't drop the difficulty of New Orleans.
No, they shouldn't have.
They shouldn't have. So the new players have to suffer the way we suffered.
Like it's fun.
I wouldn't call that
切る
fun.
の
I like to challenge. You.
Everyone,
I didn't. think
everyone
it
was in a dispute.
I
You
didn't
know-
think it was
you know how
hard.
fucking like retarded my look was when I saw the fucking big ass dragon that John Alton summoned? I was like, what the fuck was that? And then like he does AOE
Yeah, AOE damage.
for 3 hits.
Yep.
Bam,
Yep,
bam,
yep,
bam.
yep.
I was like, no. Like the only way you could have survived is if you had John.
You have a John support. You need a John.
John was so important back in the day. And back then, if you have a John as a friend, holy shit, you get 20 friend requests every day.
Yeah. you get all the friend requests,
さすがだな
and everyone was relying
切
on
るくよ
what is it? Kojiro?
Oh yeah, the legend to kill the dragon.
The legend.
The legend to kill the dragon. The French legend.
The legend kill the dragon. The legendary dragon killer. And no one used Seek.
The sick, like you know how he has the stats that give him that classes him as a dragon
私た
slayer,
ちは
right? Or whatever it is, but he doesn't do fuck shit all damage.
He does like, I mean, because he's not an assassin, so he doesn't super effective against dragons. I'm sure he gets bonus damage against dragons, but unless they're lancer dragons, it's very infrequent. It's not as good as a bonus as, you know, just bringing an actual assassin in.
I don't know. Like he's pretty shit in the game, but he's pretty shit in the story as
思う
well.
存分解体
Oh,
さ
everyone
せて
says
み
he's OP in the story.
What do you mean? He get fucking wrecked by Mordred.
Yeah, you got wrecked by Mordred.
Mordred's like, you don't even deserve to be called Saber. Wow.
But I think the freebie Skaha is going to be very good. I never got around to finishing her skill lineup. The last few skills are there's a heal with something. I think heal heal with a damage cut. I think no,
Which
or is
one-
it the
which
other
one
way
are you
around?
trying
I
to
can't
talk
remember.
about?
Skaha, the
What
freebie
about
Skaha, like her other skills. Because you only let me mention the first one. It was like a taunt and a quick raid up or some shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Then the second one's a heal with a damage cut, I think. I might be wrong. And the last one is it's invul pierce and a quick buff.
Info Pierce and the quick buff.
Pretty good overall. The only problem is she doesn't have any crit gen or crit damage.
It's okay, she's got a hidden stat.
Scar.
Scar. Just being Scarha.
Being Skaha is enough to earn you enough respect.
Being Scarha is enough, like
承
I
知いた
guess.
しま
Like
した
even if you were she's like people would still
Oh, this is the one thing I kind of like to complain.
痛いですか
This is like the last thing I'll complain about this game. When you say you're doing a collab, mention something that's outside the Type Moon universe.
outside Type Moon universe. It is not a collab unless it is outside of the Type Moon universe.
Like, don't bring other people's hopes. Like, TNK is still in TM universe.
I was hoping for Naruto, you know? That's what I was hoping for.
We got KNK.
We got K&K, sure.
あらあらまあ承知いたしました
You know when I saw Fate Zero, right? I didn't know what reaction should be. Like, you know,
Collab.
痛いですか
you did call that a collab.
That's not a collab.
Like, are you fucking like opening your eyes wide and telling me Fate and Fate together is a collab?
承知いたしましたあらあらまあ
分かった
あなたの刃です
I mean, like, at this point, if they're going to close out a collab, like, at least bring in Fate Lilia, you know? Like, I wouldn't mind that.
They might do that for Dry.
Dry.
Fate either Dry, but that's about it.
あらあら
I
まあ
don't know, man. I'm more like thinking are they just gonna do like every single thing Fate or like Titan universe? Like if they do something, I'll even put down my requirement. Like if they do something like Kana, I'll let it pass as a collab.
Kana is not part of Nasuverse. It Nasu heard it, right? But is it part of Nasuverse?
You can kind of put them together in a sense, but not really.
くだらん
Because supposedly from what I heard, like one of the Kana side stories, like Kiritsugu shows up. so you know what?
So it's like Nasuverse, okay, sure.
But then like on the official side, it's technically not in the Nasuverse.
水郷よな
It's probably something that how do I say it?
ごめんだろ
Natsu
宝
brought it
物
up.
の鍵を開けてやろう
鬼に
She thinks it's funny, but
Yeah, okay.
来たれ我が中心我が
imagine like Kana
四天王のこれこ
with one can see the colors, one can
の
stop
将
the time.
来天王大会
I wonder Kana that will also.
So Kana, right, in her world,
二大神
in
を
her
立
eyes,
てます
it's
そ
kind
れ
of
は
like she
片
uses
そう
the eyes of perception. But instead of seeing lines in front of her, everyone has their own represented color. So she can tell who is hostile. And then depending on their change of color, she can tell from their mood and predict on what kind of action they will take next.
Well, that's still a very like that depends on how quick your thinking capacity is, because you have to think about you have to predict what they're going to do based off their color, right? Based off the emotion that you pair with the color. So if you see a hostile color, that'd be red, for example. Right?
Yeah, and
So
just shoot it straight away.
you just shoot it straight away, right? How is that going to match up with time stopping?
水
Because
郷
you
よ
can
な
literally
あなた
like
嫌い
decelerate time. He can accelerate himself.
He technically doesn't stop time. He speeds himself.
Yeah, he speeds
お
himself
役
up.
に立てまし
He
た
accelerates himself up. So
それはね
how is that going to do it? Unless she has like an insane prediction, he's going to take this long to get here, so I'm going to shoot here.
Oh, she does have that.
Yeah.
She does have really high prediction, and like I think her genes is also like chemically modified, so she has like above average human strength.
Above average human strength. Okay.
I mean, but then we don't know whether or not it's gonna happen or not, but
Kiritsugu's not.
it's just something for you to think about.
Something to think about, I guess.
そら
Quick, build more houses.
Oh god. I'm still stuck in this shit.
So I built a nonsense. But yeah. So that's that. And then
いいんですかこんな工具
Who would you like to see FGO collab with?
me.
I already said mine. I'm hoping it's Madoka. Or if I have another couple of choices, I don't know.
Like the thing is, like whenever they collab with some work, right? It's got to be something that's currently in the trend. So
Or something that's really popular.
like what?
Like, like those really top titles that you always hear about, like Evangelion or some shit. You always hear about that.
Evangelions, because they always have a movie coming out at that time, and it's just at the right timing. I doubt they would. Yeah, I doubt they would do another.
We had
Evangelion.
a ever collab for MA like just a couple of months ago.
That's because the fucking promotion for the third movie is coming out.
Okay.
But I doubt they would choose MA. Like they could choose Madoka because the theme suits it.
Yeah, Madoka's theme suits me. Like
if I have to choose something that suits their theme, right, and actually makes fucking sense, right? Maybe something like current season. Honestly, there isn't much. I don't think they can collab with anything new season. Like if you say back then, then I would have picked Psycho Pass.
Yeah, I was gonna mention Psycho Pass as well.
Because it's by Gin as well, so you know, works out fine.
You get rid of
But I really want to see Valkyria Chronicles, because I saw it being a collab on Chain Chronicle and all that stuff, right? So I thought, you know, oh maybe it'll come out on FGO. That's what I thought, and then it came out as fucking KNK. I don't know how to feel.
Why Valkyria Chronicles? That's very I mean, just because it was at the time.
It had a promotion that time, and then I was anticipating it in a sense, and then I got trolled. You know, things can never go your way, so don't anticipate much for it.
いらっしゃいませ。慣れんな、こういう接客業は。
Okay.
There's not much I can think of other than Madoka.
To be honest, I don't even want to bother thinking about it because it's just gonna disappoint me even more. So,
Collapse.
yeah. Damn.
Did they even announce a collab?
Hmm?
Did they even announce that we were getting a collab?
No.
No, they didn't. No.
I mean, what else they can collab? Unlimited Braid Works. Hey, you can get another saber.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Like whenever everyone's like collab, like and then they're like, yeah, they're just going to bring out unlimited play works again, instead of like
Either Unlimited Blade Works.
not even Prism Ilia. They're just gonna bring unlimited play
Unlimited
works.
Blade Works. Then afterwards, they're just gonna wait for like Heaven's Feel come out, give you Heaven's Feel. Then afterwards, they go like, oh yeah, the new TV series for Extra came out. Here, have Fate Extra.
I'm turning off mirroring because I want to NP. Fuck it, I need to use Atalanta's MP for this shit.
For me, right, I would prefer like if they do something like Mahou Sky, then you know, at least I wouldn't be that mad. Like, bring something outside of the Fate verse, at least, you know.
Yeah.
It just gets,
outside of Fate. Well, K and K.
it's the same universe.
It's not part of Fate, but same universe.
Pretty much. I guess we can move on from that. So, guess we can move on to something that's interesting to talk about, like the whole 10-year history of Titan and how they started. Because for people who actually don't know about it and only know about the Fate series, Fate isn't exactly the first work that Takeuchi and Natsu did when they first started off Fate. When they first started, you know, the so-called Dojin Circle, right? It was called Notes.
Notes.
Yeah, they were called Notes.
Yeah, okay.
So Notes was actually more of Dojin Circle where Natsu and Takeuchi would do like, what the fuck? Where Natsu and Takeuchi would do a lot of Dojin works regarding all the stuff they like.
この世で仕留められる者はいない。
How long ago is this?
We're talking about back in the days of floppy days. Okay, so they started on, you know, they wanted to do something special, right? But for Natsu, you know, it's hard because, you know, of course, both of them have like, you know, full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And it's really hard for you to really write up a complete vision or story and publish it because you have so much work to do, and if it's just the two of them, it's literally almost impossible for them to publish it. So they found a guy called Kate who could do music for them, and at the same time, Takeuchi told Natsu, you know, forget about going to work. You know what? I will be the one that's, you know, supporting you.
Okay.
So Takeuchi is like, you know, I'll look after you. You stay at home and you write your script.
Yeah.
So that's how Tsukihime came to life. And basically, it's always every day Takeuchi who'll run to work, and then on his lunch break, he'll ride his bike home and start writing up, you know, start drawing up sketches of Arcade and all that
Yep.
stuff. Like the whole time, the whole issue where he got Arcade is because in his company there was a lot of like fashion model, magazines, and he was flipping through one of them and he saw one of the Russian models, the blonde one, that wears exactly the same clothing that Arcade was wearing. And he thought, that was perfect. So he took that and he 2D'd it.
Aquid's initial design is kind of bland, I think. Did you reckon?
It's still bland.
It's still bland, yeah.
Like, Arcade was based off of a Russian model. A Russian
Okay.
photograph model that they have in some kind of magazine. Like, if you look up online, I'm sure that you can find a scan of it somewhere. And basically, that's when, Takeuchi based it off and start drawing it. And that's also when they start to publish Tsukihime, which I explained. Like, the game consists of like 12 floppies or some shit. And at the same time, you also have to buy the audio CD in order for it to have music in the background.
Yep, I remember you mentioning this too.
Yep, and so that was what sold. And during that period of time, we're talking about the 1999. Like back in the days, having a visual novel is a big shit. It's a big thing. Like for a Dojin Circle to be able to publish a full-fledged visual novel with music in CD as well.
Yeah.
We're talking about a piece of work. Like not everyone can do this kind of stuff. And Takeuchi and Natsu did it, and they made a name for themselves, so they started to do more work. The next year they published a more complete version of Tsukihime, which consists of the backstories of each servant. Each character. Like Kohaku, Isue, like there wasn't that many roots at first, they put new roots in, and then they put another prequel, and so on and so forth. And they released a thing called the Moonbox. And now in that Moonbox was where they put in the first book of Kara no Kyokai.
You didn't mention that Kara no Kyokai was a side thing,
as a
wasn't it?
fan bonus.
Yeah. It was like they thought it wasn't interesting and they took it down, but
No, Kara no Kyokai was something that Natsu always wrote on the side
Yeah.
because she really likes the kind of detective kind of work, and she wants to do something that's similar to it. So she wrote that, and afterwards, there was nowhere they could put it. Natsu was just gonna put it on their website, and then Takeuchi's like, you know what? Why don't we put it into like a gift box and sell it along as well? Who knows what happens? And because of that, like K&K went on to such an uproar. Like it was so popular. Everyone's like, oh my god, you combine detective with fantasy settings and mystery, just goes together.
it
Snap.
was good.
It was good,
Yeah.
People loved it. Like how Natsu smartly combined, like slowly linked the two universes of Tsukihime and K&K together, where Toko and Aqua are both in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at that point, publishers starts to approach them, the star publisher, and they're like, oh, you know what, we want to publish K&K. And that's when K&K finally gets to publish its 3 books out.
Okay. And it kind of just blew up from there.
K&K blew up from there, become one of the really popular kind of like novel choice and so on and so forth. And continuing on, that's when they start to get big. They start to get like doing the stuff they can do, and that's when they first got approached by an animation company going, hey, we'd like to animate Tsukihime.
It took a wait, oh, Tsukihime, okay.
Yeah, we'd like to animate Tsukihime. That's when shit went up.
That was a mistake.
That was a mistake. They didn't care what it was. They thought, it's a really hard chance for us to get someone to animate our work, and they took the job, and that thing just turned to a complete, blast. They got completely anal. Like the quality was subpar. The story was completely butchered, and the thing that came out, just gave them a scar. Kind of thing.
It was really bad.
Beyond bad.
Beyond bad.
Okay. Then afterwards, they want to continue to do their work, but everyone was, collapsing because, it's like it's really hard, You have to write every day at home. You don't get that much income. Like Takeuchi is the one that's running around like a crazy idiot, and then like Kate has to, take care of himself as well.
Yeah.
So it wasn't working out. So, but then they want to keep it themselves original, but ultimately they decided to, become the so-called propriety limited. So in Japan it's called Kabushiki Kaisha, which means It's a proprietary limited where it's worked by owners of shares.
Okay.
So technically they sold themselves to like an investor to invest into them and to become a proper company.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, any company would invest into them because they have a huge potential at that time. They manage to, do such thing.
Yeah.
And that's when they formed Type Moon. So with Type Moon, they have to do the first work, and Tsukime was already out there as a doujin work, so they couldn't really, publish it as another form of work. Tsukime is already classified as doujin.
Yeah,
So what they did, they have to find something else.
Yeah, they
and
started with something else. Yeah.
they tried to start with something else, and that's when, Takeuchi was like, you know what? Why don't we do that?
Meaning Fate.
Fate. And Fate was something that Natsu wrote when she was in high school.
Yeah. Okay. I remember that. And that was Fate prototype.
That was Fate prototype. Something that she wrote when she was in high school, and something that she really liked. So they were like, okay, we try that. And after a few discussions with the board, because we have to decide what the market really is looking for. Like that time, no one gives a fuck about otome games.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Well, how long ago is this?
Fate was like 2003, 2004.
It first came out in 2006, right? The anime.
Don't remember. But yeah, so you got that, and that's when they're like, oh, you know what? Why don't we gender bend it? Like flipped it the other way around. Imagine if it's a male servant and all the servants, became female instead. Well, they flipped.
Yeah.
They basically flipped King Arthur and the main character Sajo Ayaka around and become Emi and Shiro and Arteria Petra.
Yeah.
And that's how they do it. So they come together and they start writing in Fate Stay Night. And when Fate Stay Night came out, it became a roar because at that time, Battle Royale was the thing. The genre of Battle Royale was the thing. It was the hit. Everyone loved this kind of shit. You fight your guts out and shit happens and all that stuff. So it became a blast, and this time they picked the proper studio, Studio Dean, to do their thing. And Fate Stay Night become like, choo.
I watched the Fate Stay anime like the first time.
Uh-huh.
It was okay. Like, if anything, the game was.
力を見せるがよい
The anime.
You have to,
really didn't-
you can't
できなければお前
compare
の
now
命をもらう
back
ま
then.
で
Because back then, for Fate Stay Night, it's something that
The anime really good for standards back then. 'Cause
the anime quality for standards back then was actually top notch. And at the same time, you have to remember this one thing. At that time, there wasn't as much anime you could look at as today.
Okay. Yeah.
Something as serious and has like, such a plot is something that you don't get to see a lot. So Fate, made its glory. Figures starts coming out, games starts coming out, spin-off games starts coming out. Like everywhere went the bomb. It's like it's all Fate, 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 Fate. It's still in the niche genre because gaijins no longer know about it. But then when Fate got published in America, oh damn nigga, you got the blast. It's like giving a jetpack to a black person and you flew off into space.
When did that happen? When I went to America? I don't
2007 or something like that. That's how there's translations for the visual novel, there's this and there's that. And then that's when unlimited codes came in and everyone's like, oh my god, Fate Stay Night!
I came into Fate relatively.
Unlimited blade work! That's so cool! I can make swords, That was the hit. And then bam, and then that lasted for so long, They just Fate until all the way to 2000.
He's still doing Fate. This!
until 2007. Okay, now this is something about another company. This company is called Nitro Plus. And in Nitro Plus, there's a guy called Urobochi Gen, and he's suffering from depression because he couldn't write jack shit story.
Okay.
And he's like, I don't know what to write. I'm having trouble.
Writer's block.
Yeah, I'm fucked. I can't write anything. I wrote Kikoga and that's it, and then it didn't sell well. I feel depressed as fuck and blah blah blah. So, they were friends, of course, among other publishers and companies. So they were like, you know what? Why don't you take my work and you write about it? You make your own side story. And then Taku, and then we'll watch again. Like, Okay, so that's when he had the so-called writer's block, right? And Urobuchi came up, and then he was like, "Can I write a prequel?"
深淵の H
And then you know, Natsu was like, "Okay, you know, I'll write a prequel." And then when Urobuchi writes about the prequel, I don't know, like to be honest, from what I've heard, there's a lot of stuff that they cut out. Serenity was meant to be in. Serenity was meant to be in Fate Zero. Yes. She was meant to be part of the 100 Fates.
That's right. Yeah,
She was
I
meant to be
remember.
part of the 100 Fates.
And she was supposed to die or some shit.
Yeah, but they cut her out because you know it's too sad. And then afterwards, there was supposed to be more abuse scenes with Sakura. They cut it out because they're like, "What are you doing to a little girl?" And then a lot of more stuff they cut out. So, you know, after Fate Zero came out, it was another whack to the past. You know, everyone's like, "Oh my god, Kiritsugu is so cool," and then you know, his thunder is awesome, and all that yada yada yada.
Phase Zero was awesome.
And then they move on. And after that, they're like, "Oh," and then they made another game called Fate Extra.
Yeah.
And Fate Extra went off the hooks again, you know. That's when you know they kind of just. That's when like Type Moon kind of got like lazy in a sense.
They just kept relying on
They just
Fate.
kept relying on Fate, and then, you know,
Nobody
they
there.
just didn't really do much. And then until then, you know, the company was like, "No, you know, you need to write a new work."
Yeah.
That's when you know Natsu was like, looked through his pile work and like, "Oh, I found my first work, you know, Mahotsukai no Yoru." And then the guy looked at it, it was like, "It's too long, you know, shorten it." And then okay, he shortens it. And then
Shorted.
and in the end, they separated into a three-part trilogy, and that's Mahotsukai no Yoru.
Well, it's good. So, yeah. Okay. Then Mahotsukai came out.
Mahotsukai came out, and then
Is this the end Mahotsukai or
like Mahotsukai was meant to be released in 2007,
yeah? Because the VN took ages to come out.
but then it released in 2011, 2010.
This is the VN. Yeah.
Delayed for a lot of years. Like 1 year was because he was playing Dark Souls. 1 year was because you know. so
Playing Dark Souls.
so shit happened,
任せよ
and but then you know they just kind of like got lazy and lazy. I don't know. They survive because they're Type Moon. They can do whatever they want. Like to be honest, if they don't do any shit, they can still like rely on the Fate franchise and get to where they are today. They deserve to.
Well,
You know,
because they
to
made
have
the
that
Fate
treatment because
franchise,
they already
so-
made it.
Yeah.
They achieved enough for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I mean, like they can be lazy if they want to because they have the rights to be lazy.
Well, they have a whole franchise.
Pretty much. So yeah.
And now with this game, adding on to the Fate franchise.
Well, Fate Grand Order essentially was what's base left from Fate Online. Or we call it Fate Apocrypha.
Fate Apocrypha. Yes.
Fate Apocrypha itself was meant to be an online game, which it failed to launch. I don't know why. Most likely because, you know, Natsu wrote the script for too long or something like that. I don't know, man. But afterwards, they took the remainder of the basis of Fate Apocrypha and they made it into what it's called Fate Grand Order now. And at the same time, they took the story elements of Fate Apocrypha and wrote it into Fate Apocrypha, the light novel series.
Yeah. Okay.
But from what I understand, you know, Natsu was just like, yeah, I'll let you write it, you know, and then he gave it to Hashisola Meteo, and then he wrote it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You notice majority of the new Fate, you know, side stories is not written by Natsu.
Yeah, it's not written by him. Yeah. I know that much at least.
さあ蹂躙
The
と虐
definition
殺の
is,
時
you
間
know, young blood should have a say and have a try,
全力で
to write and create the content they want.
捕ら
I
え
guess that's fair.
It's fair, you know, maybe
Just
because
giving people a chance.
it's always been repetitive, you know, it's always the same person writing it. Like Maeda Jun is not always the one that's, you know, writing all the
No, it's not. I don't think he writes it. I don't think he writes much of it.
he composes for them.
He composes music for them.
Yeah, it concludes the 10 years that Time Moon has been going their asses through the whole time.
That's it.
What more do you want? Isn't that long enough?
Oh, okay, that's quite a lot of content actually, but I don't know.
What else do you want?
There's an Apocrypha, and now we're at Echo.
What else have I missed that you want to know?
I don't actually know like that much.
Oh, what? Kanan. Like, Kanan was something that Jiro Ishii sat down with Takeuchi and, you know, Natsukinoko when they sat down. But then he only wrote one scene. Because the whole basis of Kanan was meant to be a scenario of, what's that thing called? A scenario of the game 428 Shibuya, which is another mystery visual novel game that's based on real people. Yeah, if you look that game up, it's on Wii and PSP and PS3, I think. But basically, that's a visual novel game, and then Jiro Ishii was like talking with them when they're releasing the game, and he was like, "Hey, you know what? Why don't I give you a spot and you can write your own scenario?" So, like, Natsu looked into the scenario and he saw this character Kanan, like she really likes it, so she wrote like a whole story based on it. Yeah. It was a side story where it talked about how Kanan, you know, moves up from there and that, but then like we didn't explain anything about Kanan's special abilities until they made the animated series Kanan, which is a complete, you know, added a lot of fantasy and sci-fi elements into it.
I remember like watching it. You better hope we don't get any copyright issues with that.
Huh? Oh, we won't.
Oh yeah, you think? Victor Entertainment's a bitch, right? You know who we got hit by? Just yesterday?
Columbia.
Columbia.
But then like I
Fucking idol
didn't
master.
get hit by a ringtone, so it's fine. A few seconds they weren't very high.
You reckon? Okay.
Ew.
Oh, just it's gonna get hit. So.
And then it got hit because I was singing it. So today's podcast we covered a lot. We covered on the general direction that Fate Grand Order is going. We covered how Fate Grand Order evolved throughout the years and how they failed throughout the years. And then we covered the summer event and the servants. And we covered the whole 10 years of time. A backup story for you guys all.
A general briefing.
General briefing. And to conclude this, right? To put a conclusion to this whole thing, I'll say it's a pretty fun experience with Fate Grand Order, and for us, we thank Fate Grand Order not because Fate Grand Order gives us money, but the fact that Fate Grand Order allows us to have a community, right? That's what's more important to us, because you know whatever we earn, we just throw it back into the community because we want the community to grow. Like it's interesting, you know? Like they don't want us as a foreign community, but we're like, fuck you,
Fuck
know?
you.
So yeah, like I really like have to thank Fate Grand Order for it. So yeah,
Well, it's thanks to Fate Grand Order that we're here today. I guess. Very good. You guys.
どうぞ程よく冷えた麦茶です
pretty much.
夏バテをしないように水分
So yeah. That wraps it up. Anything else? Like, probably the direction, like what's coming soon for the anniversary. Like we're gonna be having the anniversary stream. Like we're happy to announce that Ying is gonna join us. She'll be talking about the new cosplay and cosplay photo books, giveaway and this and that. And then when part 2 comes out, we'll have a new challenge. Hopefully
There'll be some challenging maps for us to actually
because we tried to find something challenging for part 1, right?
It's all
It just
grindy
is
shit.
really like the only challenge I can think of is just gacha and see who gets the best shit. Yeah. So yeah, until then, thanks for tuning in, guys. this episode will be available on YouTube
later.
when it's done processing. And at
Unless it gets pulled down.
unless it gets pulled down, we'll find some way to fix it. Don't worry, we got backup.
we got backup.
We got
Because we
backup.
learned from last
We
time.
learned from last time. And yeah. Any suggestions you guys want to give, leave a comment down below. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe.
If you subscribe, do
Subscribe
it again.
If you haven't liked the video, fucking like.
Like the video if you haven't. Do it again if you've done it already.
And kudos to all of you
Who joined us here today.
for joining us here today, because yeah, we still got a lot of work to do. But until next time, this is Charlie
It's James.
signing off. Bye bye.
Goodbye. Okay. You need to pull up the end stream before saying goodbye.
Really?
People can still see us, right? Bye!
Lily code here.